This is the voice of San Diego.com. I'm Gary Kelley, and I am honored to have my special guest, San Diego State wide receiver, Jesse Matthews. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Show. How are you, Jesse?
I'm good, Gary. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no, it's, my earliest memory of you won't remember this, but I think your dad, Tom does. By the way, your dad and I have become pretty good friends, texting back and forth,
Yeah, he's told me.
throughout the season and cheering you on, etc. My earliest memory was you were playing at Christian high school with my son. I think it was your senior year, maybe your junior year. I think it was your senior year. I don't remember the opponent, but it was at El Cajon High School. I walked up. I had to seek you out because I couldn't believe how well you played. I didn't think I would find you. You were in the dark
Yeah.
against the wall in the back. You were either on a tailgate or the back of the car. And I walked up, I introduced yourself. I looked like a groupie. And I looked your dad in the eye and I said, one day I'm going to watch you play in the NFL.
Wow.
Now we are 17 days away from the NFL draft. You have talked to all 32 teams. I have to ask you first, I have to say congratulations.
Thank you.
And then I have to ask you, how's it going? How's it looking?
It's going well. The whole process has been surreal. Really just a dream come true. I just feel very fortunate to be in this position, and I think I've done well in every step of the process, including the Senior Bowl game and where I played in the Hula Bowl. And then I did well training, and I felt like I did well during my pro day. So everything's been going well so far, and I'm excited for the future.
Well, let's back up. Let's go back to 2018 when you made it as a walk-on.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What was that like? Pardon the pun. Can you walk us through it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a time in my life where I didn't know what my next step was going to be. Coming into my senior year of high school, I knew I wanted to play sports at the collegiate level, but I didn't know if it was going to be baseball or football. And going into that last year of football at Christian, I couldn't have imagined what the year would have entailed, and I did really well with my stats, and I had a kind of a breakout year for me. And I still didn't get too many looks or too many offers. Um, I had a couple D3 schools talking to me, NAIA, just smaller schools. Um,
That doesn't make you feel good.
yeah, it was. I thought I could play at the next level, at the highest level, and
Absolutely.
I just felt like I didn't really get too much help, kind of publicizing myself and getting that notoriety. I just felt like I was kind of under the radar,
Yeah.
and I sent out my film to San Diego State because I just wanted to see what they said and what they thought, just get evaluation. And luckily, they got back to me, and they said that they could see me as a D2 player, but they'd take me as a walk on. And I got that nod. I got my foot in the door, and I never looked back from there. So just getting the opportunity and trying to make the most out of it every day was really my mindset, and I think that's what I did.
Wow. So in 2019, you were awarded a scholarship as a
Yes.
redshirt freshman. Tell me about the big celebration, everybody jumping on you. And I mean, that had to be one of the greatest moments in your life.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I could still like visualize it if I close my eyes right now and put myself in that seat. Um, is that moment just you're just elated, you feel like you're finally validated, all the work you've put in, all the times you felt like you've been overlooked, all the times that, you thought you weren't good enough, and you finally get that moment, and your teammates just celebrate with you, and you bask in that glory, I guess. And it was definitely one of the best moments of my life.
When you mentioned about feeling, and I'm paraphrasing here, about not measuring up or not feeling good enough. I know my son Justin had the opportunity to play with you at Christian.
Mhm.
He made it as a walk-on, as you know, at ASU.
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
Unfortunately, his back gave out on him, and
yeah,
he is never going to be able to play football again. And that's another story that was really hard on him and our family. So
yeah.
you're the guy that we're cheering on. We're living everything through you
Thank you.
because um, you're amazing. And I know, having lived this, what it's like to not get offers and to not be noticed and the phone isn't ringing. What was it like when you got your agent? That had to be like, are you kidding me? I'm at San Diego State. I have an agent. I'm up for the NFL draft. Somebody
Yeah.
pinch me.
Yeah. That's really what it felt like. I knew I had a pretty good career going after my junior year, and then agents started to reach out, through phone calls or social media, or I got my draft grade, and it was becoming a reality that I could, potentially play at the next level, and that was just surreal in itself. And I had all these different people trying to reach out to me, and it can be overwhelming at times, but it's definitely a blessing to have that as a problem, I guess.
So you've spoken with all 32 NFL teams?
Just about. I want to say,
Oh, for this interview, say close enough. Yeah,
yeah, about
close
at
enough.
least probably around 30. Yeah.
So what was that like for you? I mean, are you born and raised in San Diego?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're a San Diego kid. I mean, you like the Padres. I heard you were in Houston for the
Yeah.
Aztecs. I mean, just my son Justin watched you. He said, "Oh, I'm watching Jesse right now. He's having a blast."
Yeah.
You live and breathe San Diego. What's it
Absolutely.
like?
I can't put into words. It's I dreamed of this for my whole life, ever since I picked up football, and I started watching football on Sundays, and just picturing myself in their shoes, and I'm right at the doorstep, and I can't really imagine what the reality is going to be like, but if it's anything like my dreams, it's going to be, it's going to be amazing. So
So
I'm
how
very
did they
excited.
do it for the draft? Do they tell you where you're going to place, or how does it work?
You get some insight from either your agent or different scouts where they see you at.
Hmm.
They just I've talked to, they said they see him as a day three pick or a free agent. So
A day three pick puts you where?
that's rounds 4 through 7.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see where everything falls. But I have no problem if I don't get drafted. It's kind of like being a walk on again, and
Absolutely.
prove yourself.
It just adds to the Jesse Matthews story. But we would
Exactly.
prefer to have you drafted. What
Yeah, yeah, of
what
course.
what team most of all do you want to play for?
Um, I
They're
know.
not listening right now, so you're not going to hurt anybody.
No, no.
What
I know some
team?
people might not like this answer, but I grew up a Cowboy fan
Yeah.
because of my dad. That would be a dream come true, obviously. But honestly, if I could stay somewhere close to home, in California, or I have family in the East Coast in New Jersey, so
Hmm.
maybe the Giants or the Jets. And if I play with the Giants, I could team up with my buddy Daniel Bellinger, who was my roommate last year, and
Oh wow.
he's killing it over there. So
Wow.
one of the coasts would pretty nice.
Okay, so you were two-time Pro Bowl, not Pro Bowl. That's coming up later.
Yeah.
Two-time Bowl MVP, New Mexico, Frisco Bowl, 21 receptions, 385 yards, 4 touchdowns, ending the season seventh in all-time school history, 174 catches, 2,109 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns. This is playing during the shortened pandemic year in 2020 on a team with zero, and I mean zero consistency at quarterback. I used
Yeah.
to throw stuff at the TV, Jesse, and an offense that rarely utilized you correctly. And still, you racked up all these yards. If they had a system together where they really utilized your talents, you would have been the all-time leader,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
without a doubt. I
Thank you.
appreciate your modesty, and I really appreciate your talent. The first time I saw you play at Christian, we were playing at Granite at the time, right? Yeah, we were playing
Yeah.
at Granite. I saw you, you completely sacrifice. You obviously don't think about the ground, or you don't think about the hit that's coming. Your dad told me when you were little, he used to throw the ball to you left and right, and you would just lunge for it, right?
Yeah.
You would
That was
just
my
you would go
favorite.
for the ball, and obviously those skills have stuck with you all these years, and you've developed them. Good job, Tom. It's unbelievable how you can go up for a ball. My all-time favorite wide receiver for the Chargers was a guy from ASU, John Jefferson.
Mhm.
He played in the era of Stickum.
Okay.
It helped a lot, right?
Yeah.
He's got the famous fingertip catch in the end zone at San Diego Stadium. You have the exact same talent. How do you do it? I mean, like your picture of you flying in the air with one hand putting it over the goal line is unbelievable. You're Superman. Don't you think about what's going to come? This is going to hurt.
No, I think at a young age, I like to, like you mentioned, I like to dive for footballs or even baseball. If the ball wasn't hit for like far enough right to left and I couldn't dive for it, I'd get mad at my dad for not making it challenging enough. So I think
Really?
through, yeah, I think through that, um, and just being a kid, just you want to make it as difficult as possible. You want to make a cool catch and do all those things. So I think I learned how to fall where I wouldn't hurt myself, or I wouldn't land on a shoulder joint, or I wouldn't land awkwardly, or I can contort my body a little bit in the air. And that just comes through was ultimately just childhood fun and just trying to challenge myself, and it's kind of carried over throughout my whole life, and I've been able to control my body well in the air. So
So your
that's
goal before was to play on Saturdays.
yeah,
When you first found out you were a San Diego State Aztec, practice team or not, how
yeah.
did that feel?
I I didn't really it didn't sink in until I got onto campus. Like I had the preferred walk on offer,
Yeah,
but I always just felt like there's no like it's too good to be true. That's why it
right,
always felt like that. I
right.
felt like I've been overlooked for so long, and when I got to campus, I realized I was going to get a fair shot, and I had a great receiver coach that truly believed in me and helped me out through the whole process, and they had a great culture there with Coach Long, and um, I knew that I could fall in line and do what was expected of me. And um, when that reality set in, I was really excited, and I think that's why I thrived in that program.
Well, and that you did. Tell me about wide receivers coach. You say his name Hunky, right? Hunky
Yeah,
Cooper.
Hunky Cooper.
It sounds like your lifetime buddies, and
Yeah,
he was the instrumental person with
yeah,
Jesse Matthews.
yeah. That's my guy. That's he's that. He played that father figure for the guys in the room. He was just a extremely wise man, and a lot of football knowledge, a lot of life knowledge. He cared about developing the man as much as he did a football player. And
God
I've
bless.
said it before, but I'll say it again. Like those people don't come around um, very often, if ever, in your life. And he's a very special person that has the ability to affect the trajectory of your life. And he changed the course that I was going on because I thought maybe I'll play at San Diego State, work my way up, maybe play some special teams and try to just get on the field. And he saw something in me from an early start my freshman year, and he just pushed me. He worked with me. He developed me, and ultimately um, led to me becoming the starting receiver and kind of the guy for us the last 3 or 4 years. So he's special, man.
So I saw reading about him. He's former receivers coach, no longer with San Diego State.
Yeah, yeah, he's yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, God's timing is always perfect, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And look how you were both there at the same time.
Exactly. And I know,
Gone through so many quarterbacks, head coaching changes,
yeah.
coordinator changes, and
Hmm.
still you came out cream of the crop.
Yes,
I
sir.
have to
Thank you.
ask you one last question. Your dad told me to ask you about your unique wide receiver number of 45.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to San Diego State, like I said, on that first day. Got to my locker and I saw like my little combination code to get into the building and my locker number, and I saw my jersey number and it said 45, and I was like, uh, that can't be right. I think they made a mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they made a mistake. But lo and behold, that was my number. Um, it was kind of a Coach Long thing because we had other receivers who were freshmen who had to earn their number. We had a receiver that was number 96 who ended up being my roommate. Uh,
Okay.
we had another receiver number 92, Kobe Smith. He was a great receiver too, but um, that's a funky number for a receiver. So 92, 96, 45. And we all kind of played. We played my redshirt freshman year together. We were all pretty really close, and we kind of made a pact to keep these ugly numbers for the rest of our careers. And that's really why I kept it.
Well,
Um, but also my dad was number 45 when he played semi-professional ball. So
Really? Oh,
and,
that's why you brought it up. Where,
yeah,
where
so
did
there's
he
a
play? Where did he play?
he played at Southwestern College. That
Yeah.
was his JUCO, and then he played with a semi-pro team. They were the Patriots also, but I forget the actual name of it. But
So what was his position?
he was a linebacker.
Oh, okay.
He loved telling the stories about how he would blindside guys and he'd light up people, and that was his specialty. So I think
Wow.
it's an interesting correlation how I was number 45 and then he was number 45, and it's crazy how these things work.
So what do you want your number to be in the NFL?
I haven't thought about that. I mean, I've thought about it, but I haven't decided because in high school I was number 21, and that's not really a receiver number either.
Right.
And then in college I was 45. Um, a lot of guys are telling me to keep the 45 because it's a unique look and it's
Right.
can be
Right.
marketable, but I don't know. We'll see if I even get a chance to pick my number. Or just give me a number and I'll have to rock it from there. But
So there's a possibility I'm going to have to become a New York Jet fan. Dang it. But I'll
maybe.
do it for you.
Awesome. You're the best.
Jesse Matthews, we wish you the best. God bless you and your family. And
Thank you so
thank
much.
you for making us really proud in San Diego.
Thank you for your support. It truly means the world to me. Truly. Thank you.